All right, look at this. This is Pagan versus Malik Montgomery. This is the stare down. Now, the reason why I'm playing this to get things started is I broke this fight down. I uploaded it on my channel. Go to my fight prediction playlist. Stats don't lie. This is the first fight of the week. This goes down Friday, Australia, 12:30. This will be Thursday night in America. It's part of that Salitas promotions card. Now, Bet365 has released odds on the card, so we have 4 fights on this card that I feel, man, I think there's an upset alert. This is a 50-50 fight. I feel that this is an awesome opportunity to really get ahead going into the weekend. The reason why I'm playing this though is Malik Montgomery. I told you in my breakdown that Montgomery was the one coming up. You know, he's fought as low as 126 before. He's coming off a loss that was at 130. Pagano, Joshua Pagan, Double J, he's fought all the way up at 146, 147 before. This fight's at 135. Now, when I'm breaking down my film study, when I upload my tape, these things matter. I call my series Stats Don't Lie because these sort of stats that a lot of the mainstream media, bigger boxing content channels, bigger than mine, they don't bring up. You know, they'll look at the records, which I do. They'll look at the fight style, which I do. But then there's always the little, the minutia of the matchup. This is, unless Joshua Pagan hit a growth spurt, they have this matchup in terms of like on BoxRec, and I know BoxRec you can't always. They have Pagan at 5'10", and I'll tell you why this matters, because this fight's going to happen in a phone booth. The height matters, the reach matters, the size differential matters. It's the little things at the highest level, especially with matchups. You don't even this. It doesn't have to be world champion level. I mean, like these guys are main eventing. It's for the vacant WBO NABF strap at 135. That's significant. I know a lot of boxing casuals. It's not a real title, but the more you understand, the more you learn about the sport of boxing, it matters because it's the path to the next step for these guys. So, BoxRec has Pagan at 5'10". And BoxRec has Malik at, I'm pretty sure, 5'9". Yeah. So BoxRec has Malik at 5'9". Now, this looks bigger than a 1-inch height difference to me. That's all I'm saying. What's up, everybody? Everybody's tapping in. Just wanted to start there. Read the title. We're going to talk about Joseph Parker. We're going to talk about Fabio Wardley. I'm uploading my breakdown prediction as soon as I'm done with this live stream. There's a lot going on. He does, Rambler, and this is what I was talking about in my breakdown. Now, Joshua Pagan is the one cutting more weight. You can see he looks drawn out. I would say he's probably 5'11" right here. I mean, he's probably weighing 155, maybe 150. It is a couple nights out. I guess it's what, I don't really know him personally, so I don't know what he walks at. The fight's at 135. Like I already told you guys, he's fought at 146, 147 before. When you look at his box rec, he's 13-0 with 4 knockouts. People are going to judge the knockout to win ratio, and they're going to look at Malik Montgomery, who's 21-1 with 18 knockouts, and they're going to think that Montgomery is a knockout artist. He has a lot of knockouts, but you got to look at the fight style. You got to look at how Malik Montgomery was an amateur champion. He comes from a good pedigree. Both of these guys come from American amateurs. Malik Montgomery and the amateurs fought Edgar Berlanga. He fought. I'm pretty sure. I know he sparred with Devin Haney. He spars with Brian Norman Jr. out of Las Vegas. So he knows what he's doing. He knows how to operate. His last fight, though, he went in as a favorite and he lost. And he pretty much lost every round. He is 30 years old as well. So This is an interesting one. The good thing about this fight, and Adu, what's up, buddy? I'm going to get to that in a second. The good thing about the interesting thing about this matchup is this. When I did our Johnny Says Boxing poll, and I put it up on YouTube, 63%. So 63% of you guys said that Montgomery's going to win, which is fine. Only 37% said Pagan. If you watch my breakdown, you would know that I picked Pagan. So my point is, we're doing the right thing here. I like the fact that this is the breakdown. This is up on the YouTube channel. I picked Pagan, and based on everything I just talked about. But the channel itself, they're disagreeing with me, which is great. That's nobody. I guess some channels, some content creators get salty when their people disagree with them. Not I, sir. Not I. So yeah, did you see this? Frank Martin was supposed to fight this weekend. He was supposed to fight against, I think, Rancis Barthélemy. That fight got postponed. I was kind of salty about that. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I use my Instagram stories to keep everyone up to date what's going on in boxing. This was the Maidana versus Floyd pre-fight. Do you guys remember the glove drama? So the poll results, like I said, 63% disagreed with me with Malik Montgomery, and I'm fine with that. These are the odds we're going to go over. Now, this is Bet365, and there's money to be made on this card. So how do you think the Parker Wardley fight plays out, Jay? It's an interesting one, right? Let's pull up the odds currently. Because yesterday, Adu, when we were talking about it, based on what the odds were yesterday, I told you guys, if you guys like Parker, wait. If you like Parker to win this fight, wait before you put your bet in. And if you like Wardley, whether it's on the money line, whether you like Wardley by decision, whatever method of victory you have for Wardley, put your money in now. Because as we get closer to fight night, those odds are going to start shifting. And the reason for this is this. They've only shifted about 3 cents, which doesn't sound significant. But like I said, if you like Parker, wait to put your bets in. Because the closer we get to fight night, there's going to be a lot of punters, a lot of gamblers who see the 440 on Wardley, and they're going to sprinkle something on him. They're also going to see Wardley by knockout at 575, and they're going to sprinkle something on that, which means that the more money as we get closer to fight night that is going to come in on Wardley, Parker's odds are going to increase in Parker, in the bettor's favor who favor Parker. Like if I put 100 on Parker now on the money line, I'm only getting $25 back. But I'm predicting, it's Wednesday morning now, by Saturday morning, $100 on Parker will probably get me $50 back. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I'm thinking that those odds are a bait. It's really difficult at this moment. I've already done my prediction. You'll see that in a couple hours. It's really difficult for me at this moment to get past Fabio Wardley and how amateur, how basic Huni made him look for the entire fight. And at the same time, it's difficult because, that being said, he knocked Huni out when he was down on the cards. And you have to take credence to that. You have to show significance to that this guy, this fighter, not only has the mental sort of moxie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that term. Moxie is a term you usually see in maybe American football. You would describe a quarterback who's able to overcome pressure and is able to, overcome, a bad streak. Brett Favre, a lot of moxie. He would throw 2 picks in a row and then complete 10 of 10, 2 touchdowns, and bring his team back in the fourth quarter down by 2 touchdowns and end up winning the game. Favre had a lot of moxie, right? Wardley, a boxer who is down on all the cards, who, not just down after 4 rounds, down after 10 plus rounds, meaning that every time a round would end, he goes to the corner. He hears the same thing from his corner. He's looking across the ring. He sees a dude who's just beating him up. He doesn't have any answers, and he still is psychologically switched on enough to believe in himself. So you can't. It's hard for me to look past that. I know that the boxer in me, the coach in me, the technician in me, the statistician in me knows that Wardley or Parker is the guy, right? But I mean, it's heavyweight boxing. It's heavyweight boxing. Will, what's up, buddy? What's up, Johnny? Wardley open 6.5. Prices change a fair bit. Yeah. So, and this is another thing that doesn't get spoken about. If you guys are new to my channel, these are things that you guys are going to learn both from myself and from guys like Will. And if you're in the Discord as well, we have a very educated group on the channel, and one of the things that we talk about isn't just who's going to win, it's strategies on how to bet and how to win. And like I said, if I'm going heavy on Parker, I'm going to wait to put my bet in. And the reason for this is, the prices are going to shift. Bum equipment. You mentioned how Hooney made Wardley look in that fight. How would you compare Hooney to Parker skill-wise? Okay, this is a great question. The way I would compare Hooney to Parker skill-wise is, I think, now Hooney wasn't, it's not like Hooney in that matchup against Wardley showed the world that he is a perfect fighter, right? A lot of Hooney has a lot of holes in his game, specifically in technique when he's entering the pocket, what he does when he's exchanging, how his tells. A tell is sort of a pickup during a fight when you could pick up on specific patterns or movement patterns and you could predict that he's going to do something. This is high level chess. So, at the highest level, a guy who really didn't have a lot of tells would have been Floyd Mayweather. And at the same time, he's a guy who would pick up on, think about Shakur. If Shakur's fighting somebody and, he's able to pick up on somebody's lack of entrances into the pocket, and then also the highest level, let's say you're a puncher and you're exchanging with somebody and you pick up either through film study. Think about Ramon Cardenas. Shout out to Ramon. Ramon Cardenas going into the Naoya Inoue fight, was speaking about, and he was asked after the fight that they were drilling a tell that Naoya Inoue historically has shown. He showed it against Louis Neary, basically in the pocket. When Naoya bites down, he drops his lead hook and he doesn't bring it back here. And that sort of tell, Ramon Cardenas took advantage of it. So to come full circle, Joseph Parker is a much better boxer than Hooney. He's more, it comes down to experience. He's only 33, but Parker, he seems like he should be like 50. He's been around for a while. We've seen him dropped. We've seen him stopped. We've seen him lose fights he shouldn't have lost. And it's kind of like this renaissance. So it's how much credence do we want to put into the Andy Lee effect, the Andy Lee renaissance? How much credence do we want to put into how he looked against a 48-hour late replacement in Martin Bakoli? So these are questions that have to be asked. And then also, you must also ask the same people who are going to say, I'm taking Joe Parker because Wardley got outboxed for 11 rounds against Hooney. And if Hooney did that to Wardley, Parker's going to do that. If you're going to say that, you also then have to say, well, that's true. He got outboxed for 11 rounds, but he knocked him out. And then you have to say, Wardley, he's been hurt before in a fight, but he's never been dropped. Never lost, never been stopped. Parker's been dropped. He's been hurt multiple times. He's lost. He's been stopped. These are things. So to put an exclamation mark on the point was the fact that how much is Wardley taken from what Hooney taught him? See, I totally expect a level up of Wardley's style. Now, will that level up be enough in such a short amount of time against a true world-class heavyweight in Parker? Will it be enough? You see this, though. You see when guys who are at a lower level, or not a lower level, you see this when a guy loses a fight. And the thing is, Wardley won the fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing we have to talk about. It's not like Wardley lost to Hooney, but, so it's kind of like bonus on Wardley's side. He not only beat Hooney, but he had the sort of benefit of losing all these rounds, still winning, and then being able, and I assume he would have done this, go back and watch the fight and watch the tape and take lessons from Hooney. He learned things that night, which, and he said this, he said that Hooney taught him a lot. He was never in there with a guy like Hooney, a heavyweight who was so sort of like, on his toes, moving in and out. But the thing about Hooney, it's all here, right? He does use the entire ring, but there weren't a lot of like sharp angles. And his defense can be leaky in terms of like here, he's a bit here rather than here. Like there's a lot of little things. So it's interesting. It's an interesting matchup. Johnny, do you think Parker's inactivity is a good or bad thing when facing Wardley? I think at the heavyweight level, guys, inactivity is never good. This is just from me with my coach hat on. As a coach in anything, whether we're, inactivity in anything, boxing is a thinking man's sport. You know what I mean? So mentally, decision-making process, being able to pull the trigger, the more sort of, active you are, a lot of those things that are going unseen in a fight are operating at a higher level, like the next move, the slip, the feint, the setup, the trap. The more you get to do that and the more active you are at the highest level, your operating system will be sharper. So you got to take that in consideration. Wardley's the one with the more rounds. It's pretty fast. It's a fascinating matchup. Yeah, we'll pull this up. Sal Pineda, didn't Park lose this? We're just adding adjectives. Slow Joe. Let's see. We'll pull these boys out real quick. So, boys, what we're looking at is Joseph Parker's resume. 36-3, 24 knockouts. We know he's been stopped once. This is a dangerous fight for him, man. This is one of these fights. If I were in Parker's camp, I'd be scratching my head. If I was Parker's family, I'd be scratching my head. He didn't have to put his hand up to fight Fabio Wardley. He must see something in this fight. And hats off to Wardley. Wardley, though, is a guy when you think about having the blinders on. So the blinders are literally one of my clients owns owns horses. So I go to the horse races a lot. And what you will do with a younger horse who you're prepping to get to the next level is you'll make them race with blinders on here, just so they don't get distracted and learn to just stay focused. And Wardley, in my opinion, the way he is staying. Parker, man, it's you call it the politics of boxing, call it corruption, call it what you will. Maybe it's an ego thing, but the idea that he has to fight against Wardley to get another shot at a world title, because people have been calling Parker Usyk, they want to see that fight. So who knows what Usyk is doing? Usyk's what, 38 years old. If Parker ever had an opportunity to get to him, it would be now, obviously, because Usyk hasn't been the most active. But that's the fight, like, living down here in Australia and on my Instagram, following a lot of the Aussie boxing promoters. That's sort of the narrative and rhetoric going on down here is like, damn, Parker's taking a massive risk. It's BS that he's not getting the Usyk fight. It's BS he's not fighting for a world title. That's sort of the rhetoric. No one's really saying, dude, Joseph Parker, we're stoked to see him fight Wardley. He's going to walk right through him. There's a lot of sort of hesitation, caution, questions on this matchup. But at the end of the day, what you must say is Joe Parker is a goddamn dog. Joe Parker is a true champion. He's a true veteran. And he's one of these guys that is great for the sport. So Joe Joyce, 14-0. This is the fight in Manchester. Slow Joe. You guys out here. Wow. World hand history. Wardley isn't world level. His power bails him out, but he has attributes. But he has the attributes to be Parker. So history vault. Are you saying he has the attribute or attributes? Because you're saying you're using plural. What other than power? What are we talking about? History vault. How do you see him being able to? Because look, Joe Parker is a better boxer than Justice Hooney. Joe Parker has more power than Justice Hooney. So, like, some of the things about Justice where if Justice had more power, he would have stopped Wardley. All that volume there's something that happens with a guy who comes from like an amateur background who doesn't have a lot of pro fight experience, who was very successful his entire career from amateur to pro in boxing, is that you go, it's almost like two different sports. You go from the amateurs where you just want to, score points and win rounds. And you go to the pros where you have to score damage. You still have to win rounds, but you have to have damage. So that sort of thing, the difference with that is not only a technical and physical adjustment, it's also a psychological adjustment. So I rewatched Hooney versus Wardley. Hooney hit him with so many clean shots too. He just wasn't sitting down on a lot of things. And so Parker will be doing that. That's another thing you have to take into consideration. Hooney had a little bit more power. So Parker has more power than Hooney. Parker's the better boxer than Hooney. Wardley was getting touched with so many things. This is why, there is kind of some sharps out there saying that Parker by stoppage. Wardley's speed and movement. I will give you Wardley. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to convolute speed and movement and just change those two to athleticism. Wardley is a good athlete. He's a much better athlete than people give him credit for. So speed, though, are we talking speed on a straight line? Are we talking speed on angles? Are we talking hand speed? Are we talking? So I would say, yeah, I'd give Wardley the athleticism and the power, but everything else, from experience to fight IQ to overall setups, feints, traps, boxing acumen, I gotta go Joe Parker. So guys, there's 32 of you boys in here. The chat keeps growing. Could you guys give me a thumbs up? I haven't even done any. I haven't even paid the bills yet. So shout out to Gary. Thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Pinned in this message thread, join our Johnny Says Boxing Discord. It's a boxing priority Discord. It's a community, but we have MMA betting channels, American football. We have soccer, NHL, and we just launched the NBA betting channel. And also today I'm launching the film study channel in the Discord, and also on the YouTube channel I'm launching a new members only video feature. So on this chat, as you see History Vault with the star and all the boys that I highlight with the stars, the Johnny Says Boxing VIPs here who are also in the Discord are going to start getting video specific content, live streams specifically for the insiders. So it's just another add-on. I mean, a couple bucks a month, in my opinion, the Discord in itself, but I'm finding ways to add more value for the boys who support me on a different level. Everybody who supports me, whether they tune into these, subscribe, thumbs up, I appreciate everybody. Just want to shout that out. Boxing fan. So boxing, you know what, boys? We're approaching the 30th minute. Boxing fan put up in the Discord yesterday about round robin betting. So I'm not trying to put you on the spot, boxing fan, but what I'm going to do to all the Discord boys, I'm going to put the link right now for this live stream in the Discord. And anybody who wants to pop on the live with me, you're welcome to. This is another feature for our membership, is that during the live streams, you guys could come on with me and we could either shoot the shit, you could debate me. I know Boxing Fan wants to talk about round robin betting. The floor is yours. And because it's behind the paywall and you guys pay for the membership, I don't have to edit it. I don't have to. I know you guys are going to, be responsible with it. So view on YouTube, invite guests, copy. Okay. So I'm going to let's see what Rambler's saying real quick. All right. So yeah, anyone who wants to jump in, you got to go to the Discord. And you got to click the link. But so we launched this new channel on the Discord. So this is polls. So this is another thing about our group, is the fact that you guys control this. Obviously I run the page, but polls and voting is a new thread you guys started. This gives the chat an opportunity to either question an upcoming fight or take my parlay. So this is Johnny's picks right here. So this is a channel where you'll get all my picks, right? So the voting gives you guys an opportunity to either, hey, I like 4 or 5 of Johnny's picks, but which one is more likely to lose, that sort of thing. And then we also launched this one. The NBA season tips off. I think it tips off today. So the boys are already on it. And like I said, I'm a boxing. I grew up with all the sports. These extra channels are because of you guys. I didn't. You guys. I don't watch soccer. I don't watch hockey. And that is, we have that as well. So moving forward, the link, if you guys want to pop on, is in the Discord. Let me know. All you have to do is click the link, and then I'll get a notification. I'll bring you on screen. It's the new call-in feature. So if Wardley, Adu says, if Wardley knocks down Parker, will be another 5-second count. Oh, that was, bro. I mean, you're preaching to the choir, man. I took Hooney to win that fight. You know what I'm saying? I was super salty that went down like that. That was like legit, mate. And this isn't just me salty because I lost the bet. This is the fairness in me, the referee, the judge, a person who likes public discourse, somebody who tries to be as neutral as possible. That was such. You take the count. I'm gonna do this today. Hopefully, I don't get flagged. If you put side by side Liam Wilson versus Emmanuel Navarrete and the count that the ref gave Navarrete, and you put that side by side with when Hooney gets dropped against Wardley, it's ridiculously corrupt. It is absolutely insane. And he didn't even give him an opportunity to stay. He just called it off. Like, it was absolutely horrible. I don't agree with this statement. I don't agree that Hooney is more skilled than Parker. Hooney is more skilled than Parker, but Parker is more skilled. What? Who's sick? What? Hooney is more skilled than Parker, but Parker is more skilled. Better chin and hits harder, but it's still possible that Wardley knocks him out. So, yeah, I think there's a word confused. Henry, Justice Hooney didn't even know where he was. He's known for getting sparked in sparring, having no chin. Ref saved Hooney from major damage. You must be talking about the Kevin Lorena fight. So Kevin Lorena, he fought him either the fight before or a couple fights before, and similar scenario. He didn't get dropped against Kevin Lorena, but he got stunned on his feet. And to say he has no chin, I mean, he was taking clean shots until he wasn't. I think that Hooney's shortcoming is much less him not having a good chin and more low fight IQ. I think Justice Hooney's shortcoming is ego, low fight IQ, and not listening to his corner. So, I mean, dude, watch the highlights. Wardley was landing on him. It's not like Wardley wasn't landing on him. Yeah, I felt you. So you're saying that Parker is, yeah, he's more experienced than Hooney, but you're saying Hooney's more skilled than Joe Parker? I gotta disagree with you on that one. Julius, first live stream of the week. Sometimes the ref will literally, bro. Do you remember the Tommy? Was it Tommy Morrison and dude? He killed him on the ropes. I always want to say it was. I know the chat will get me here. Oh God, you ready for this, boys? This shit to piggyback and saddle off of Julius. I know a lot of the heads in here have seen this, but maybe you haven't. This straight up is if he dies, boy, let the boy die. Somebody should go to prison for this one. He's dead. Stop the fight, mate. Oh my God, Ray Mercer, right? God damn. That's straight up. If this fool dies, boy, we just gonna let him pass. R.I.P. to Tommy too. Tommy was a G. Tommy was a legit heavyweight. And then I played you guys before the Holly Holm. When Holly Holm got knocked out in boxing, that was insane. Very fair point, Sharma. You rolling with Malik over Joshua Pagan. I want to play this for you boys real quick. I want to play this for Henry real quick. I was bringing it. I did my breakdown of Pagan and Malik. So if you guys, and I started this video with this. So this is on my channel. Watch my breakdown. I am taking Pagan. And that's Abdullah Mason. That's Tiger getting ready to fight Nick Flaz. But this is my point here. Right here. Okay. So when you go a couple points, Henry, and I'll validate why I'm taking Pagan. How much taller does Pagan look? You know, maybe he's wearing, you know, lifts or platforms. Maybe he's not. Here are some facts that need to be spoken about with this matchup is the fact that BoxRec has Malik at 5'9". BoxRec has Pagan at 5'10". Why does that matter? Height and reach matters specifically with both of these guys, how they want to fight and where the fight's going to take place. Another point, I mean, because in my opinion, Pagan looks 2 inches taller than him, maybe a little bit more. Malik has fought as low as a pro at 126. Pagan has fought all the way up at 147. This fight is for the vacant WBO NABF strap at 135. Now, both guys come from very storied amateur pedigrees, amateur champions. You have Malik Montgomery, you know, when he was based out of Vegas, he's sparring the likes of Haney, Brian Norman Jr. As of more recently. He recently left his long-term coach to be coached by his father once again. His father coached him in the Amis. But, you know, in the Amis, he fought Edgar Berlanga. It just goes to show you how much Berlanga grew. Like, the growth spurt Berlanga hit was crazy because him and Berlanga fought in the Amis. Now, Pagan, also one thing about Montgomery, he averages 100 punches per round. So you mix that, he has a lot of knockouts, but statistically, you'd have to call him a knockout artist. 21 wins, I think 18 knockouts, but he doesn't have one-punch knockout power, and he really hasn't fought anyone. He's coming off of a loss. He fought a guy at 130 in which he was the favorite and lost pretty much every single round. He said in an interview this week that the loss was due to a bad weight cut. Going into this fight, he's hired a nutritionist. The fight's at 135. Now, in my breakdown, I talked about that. I also talk about what's at stake. I think Pagan just turned 26. Montgomery is 30. This is now or never for Montgomery. Montgomery wanted to get his get back with his last loss. He thought he was going to get to fight his last opponent. And when that fell through, he said that having the opportunity to fight Pagan at 35 for the vacant NABF strap was a godsend. He said that he didn't expect to get this opportunity. So why is that relevant? You better expect the best Malik Montgomery coming into this. Now with Joshua Pagan, Double J, this dude, if he had a little bit more power, he has 13 wins, 4 knockouts, but he's a front foot fighter, super aggressive, sort of like a underground following. He's born and raised in Dearborn, Michigan, but strong Puerto Rican roots, Puerto Rican heritage, his parents, and this card is in Puerto Rico, and it's built around these two. And Pagan is the A side. On betting apps right now, it's close to a 50-50. So I'm siding. I've taken Joshua Pagan on this fight. Let's look at the current odds on this fight. It's an interesting fight. It's a fun fight, and I told you guys, Bet365 now has all of the odds up for the entire card. You know what? Let me pull that up. I'm gonna pull up Bet365 because Bet365 is actually giving us the entire card. This card goes down Friday, 12:30 p.m. in Australia, and it's going to be Thursday night in America. All right, here we go. So these top 4 fights. So Arrieta versus Cruz is in Puerto Rico. That's on the undercard. Paria versus Taylor. That's on the undercard. Now this next fight, I feel we got upset alert. Lozado versus Parker. I got to be honest with you. I I think that Lozado is on upset alert here. It's not my official prediction. I'm gonna do film study and film tape. I'm gonna put some polls out there. I'll give you my prediction. It's already Wednesday morning. I'm uploading Joe Parker versus Wardley next. I might do this next just because I feel, you know what I'm going to start doing, boys. You guys just gave me an idea for the members only content. I'm going to do a short version of the Stats Don't Lie and either do like my dog of the week. This fight should be on upset alert. This is the chalk of the week, that sort of thing, and just release those just for members because I don't really have 6 hours to devote just to this fight, but I could do it in an hour. Look into this one, boys. Do your due diligence. Look into this one. Of the fights in Puerto Rico on Friday, this one, I don't think the odds should be as wide. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to pull up their box recs. So I'm pulling. I'll show you guys the card. It's a fun, decent card. Shout out to Salida Promotions, mate. Okay, boxing fan. I'm gonna bring boxing fan on in a second. We're gonna bring him on now. Boom. So guys, this is boxing fan from our Discord. This is a new feature on the live stream. Johnny says boxing call in. We got a live call in, so I'm gonna bring boxing fan to the stage. And let me remove this real quick. There we go. What's up, buddy? And his screen froze. So while his screen's getting sorted out, I'm going to bring that back up. And we're going to look at those odds that I was talking about. So boxing fan, you good?
How's that?
Yeah, we can hear you. You good?
There you go. What's going on, buddy?
All right, man. Welcome to the show, guys. This is boxing fan from our Discord, JSB Insider. Good. I know all the boys are going to say it's good to put a name or it's good to put a face and a voice on a name. So what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. We got the best community, don't we, huh?
Oh, it's growing, man. Dude, shout out to the community, the JSB group. Yeah, we do. It's one of my favorite parts of the day. So you were
Yeah,
talking,
no, you
you were,
you definitely deserve it. You separate yourself from everybody else. There's no bullshit. There's no lies. There's no gimmicks. It's just straight up. So again, thank you for having me on, and we really appreciate you.
I appreciate the kind words, big dog. Do you want to talk about what we were, the round robin style of betting while we're here?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I heard you saying there was like an upset that you were thinking about. So I was like, "Fuck! It's a perfect time to call." Oh, excuse my French. It's a perfect
No, it's
time to
all good.
call in.
Yep.
And so regarding the round robins, like this weekend that just passed, when I went to the Discord, I seen a lot of guys complaining about their parlays that got messed up, so on and so forth. First of all, guys, if you're betting, make sure you're doing it for entertainment and make sure you're accountable for the choices that you make, not Johnny, not his advice. I listen to everybody in the Discord, tons of other YouTubers, and I try to put as much information as I can together to make the best judgment. Me, I'm more so of an underdog better. So I do these round rock. Well, I was getting smoked on a lot of straight parlays. So my son, actually, he's a big better, and he taught me about round robin betting, and he showed me his success. And I believe I sent you a few to show you the evidence. Am I correct?
Yeah, you did.
And literally, this is what change that he was playing with, and you see, oh, was it almost $600 on a $5.50 bet on the Robins?
Hmm. Yeah, you
So
there were like the fascinating thing about the thing was is like my mind was only hardwired to see that on parlays, like you have a seven legger, if one leg loses, you lose. The whole thing's dusted. But this round
correct,
robin, you showed me a ticket where like you picked three or four dogs, a couple favorites. Three of the dogs came in, one of the dogs lost, but you still won.
correct. I did an 11 leg parlay this weekend, and I hit four of them. So the Metcalf, whatever the pluses were on the money line is what I did because I love betting underdogs. I bet all underdogs, and then when I didn't see when they were close on the money line, but they were a minus, I went to go the distance, yes or no. Whatever was a plus, I just ran all pluses across the board. Four pluses I hit out of the 11, and I still made money, which I showed you that ticket as well. So for the guys, like when I seen it in the Discord, one guy had an 18 leg parlay. I was like, you got a better chance to get hit by Haley's Comet twice on a Tuesday than get hitting that fucking parlay. So I thought it would be a really good idea to at least introduce to the members the idea of Robin betting. Go find an app that offers it. I know I think I put it in the Discord yesterday who offers it. I think Bet Online has it, Caesars has it, DraftKings has it, and I think 70% of your subscribers are in the States, correct?
Yep.
So if they even check DraftKings, it's very clear the round robin betting. You put your numbers in. You can do two slots. You have to pick a minimum of three because that'll give you the multiple combinations. I wish you had it on your app because then we could actually do it live for the members for the fights coming up this weekend. But
So
you got to pick a minimum of three.
what app do you want me to pull up?
DraftKings is awesome.
Okay, I'll pull it up. I wanted to say we got somebody else on deck. Fetty, I'll bring you on next and just kind of text me what you want to talk about. So you said DraftKings boxing fan?
Yeah, DraftKings offers the round robin betting. You pick a
Okay.
minimum of three lines, and that'll throw it into three different combinations. Now, mind you, when you pick your three robins, those get mixed up. You know, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1. Those are your three lines. That's kind of you can see the combinations. But it also offers you a fourth, which is and let's say you did it for 10 cents. Let's just put a nice round number out there. Three picks would be 30 cents. But it also gives you an option to play all four combinations, which is the three that you picked all to hit straight shot. So the guys who like playing that 18 leg parlay, you can still play that 18 leg straight parlay while doing the robins. You can do them both. And you don't have to put much money in there. But and I think I seen someone in the Discord said that when you hit these round robins and depends on the combinations that you play, it's like hitting triple sevens on a slot machine if you looked at it that way. The numbers are staggering.
Okay.
And you could lose one, two, three fights, not get smoked, still make some money back. You know, I was asking my son, I'm like, what would you describe round robin betting as? He's like, Dad, and my son boxes. He said, I would describe round robin betting as defense. So 'cause he's
Okay.
like, his dad, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit. The question is can you take that hit? And is that hit gonna drop you? That's
Nice.
exactly how he explained it. And I was like, wow, that's perfectly said. So you get hit once, you lose one, you're still in the game. You get hit twice, you're still in the game. Depends on how many you pick, but it's definitely a very safe way of betting. You will
Yep.
make money the more you hit. And when you take some losses, trust me, you're not going to complain about it. And I think it's a great idea for our Discord to implement.
Okay. Okay, so I just tried to go to DraftKings. Guy, I live in Australia, as you know, and it doesn't allow us to even access that site, probably because it's a gambling site that isn't offered here. So
Mhm.
the I'll look into it. I'll do some research, and then so if I'm doing a five, is it a feature you have to press? Do you have to press the button round
Negative.
robin? What if my 5 leg parlay hits? What if everything comes through?
Or it depends on how many combinations you hit. So with a five leg, you can play two combinations like 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1. You can do the two leg. That pays the
Yep.
minimum. You can do a
Okay.
three leg because again, you pick five. You can pick three a times three to hit three legs. You can hit four to hit four exact. Now, mind you, it's throwing all the combinations. You could even do the five if you wish, but why do the five when you already have that five because you played all combinations? But I would run simultaneously two, three, three, four, four, five, whatever looks better to you. And again, you don't have to bet big to win big. And I showed you that.
Okay, sounds good. So, boxing fan, I just brought Fetty on as well. He's a JSB insider. You could stay on. You know, I'm gonna stay on for about 20 more minutes, guys. So Fetty, man, what's up? What do you want to chat about? I saw you were in the waiting room, private chat. Give me one second. Yo, oh, high interest. What's up? Come on, man. So high interest. He's in
Pop
the
in,
group.
guys.
Yeah, just pop in. You're good.
Oh yeah,
All right.
Johnny. Shout out to Ohio. You see who's on my wall over there?
Who- is that LeBron?
You should recognize that
Yo,
immediately.
Johnny,
Oh
you can
no.
hear me? My boy. What's up, brother?
There he is. What's up, high interest? We can hear you.
High interest.
I
What's
can't hear
cracking?
nothing, Johnny.
We can hear you though.
No, I can't hear.
That's interesting. So how to edit mic settings?
I'm gonna
Uh,
go out and come back in.
okay, go out and come back in because we can hear you. Boxing fan, did you hear him?
Oh yeah, clear as day.
Yeah. So you're a LeBron. It's weird the LeBron hate. You know what I mean?
No, that's Ed O'Neill, brother.
Oh,
That's
that's
Al
Ed O'Neill.
Bundy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Paul Kai. Come on.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
one of my favorites, all-time classic. You know I'm an old head, so
I have a T-shirt. So Al Bundy grew up in my hometown, Youngstown, Ohio. So
yeah, I seen it on there. You got all little icons on there. I was like, oh shit.
so okay. I've worn that shirt before.
All right, yo,
Oh yeah.
brother, I'm here now.
High interest. You can hear us.
Yes, sir. I can hear you. What's going on, brother? How you
What's up,
Good to
high
doing?
have you
interest?
here. Good to put another face and a voice on a name, even though you're going by a different name right now. But
Fetty,
we know who
brother.
you.
That's Fetty. I'm Fetty in the Discord.
Oh, Fetty in the Discord. What's cracking,
Yeah.
man?
Man, hey,
So
look, I need to tell you. First of all, I think the other day, listen, if y'all don't know about Johnny's sneaky action, don't be in the Discord bitching. Johnny been having sneaky action. Johnny been
I,
having sneaky action for a while. You just gotta ask
Let
for the
him know.
sneaky action. That's all. You know what
I
I
like
mean?
Hmm.
that.
And then two, Johnny, you a good fucking dude, Johnny. I see you. I love what you do. I support for a reason, Johnny. Like I'm a good reader character. Like I can see that this is a you know what I mean? You a good dude. And I got family in Ohio. They in Columbus. They don't know. Like
Let's go.
Ohio's a good place to raise a family, bro. Like real family oriented. It's a lot of
Yeah.
love out there, bro. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate your support, man. And it's another testament to our group that we're building. What I always tell people about the Ohio Comma and your family in Columbus, I moved to California in my early 20s, and I went from like a place where it snows 8, 9 months out of the year to a place where it's sunny all the time. And I realized after a year, there was this disconnect with family. And I came up with my own conclusion. When you grow up in a place that is cold, it snows, not only are the people going to have some sort of like inner wiring of being able to overcome external adversity, but you're forced to eat dinners in the house. You're forced to spend a lot more time together under one roof, not because of the weather. And I think that is sort of at play as well, where we, coming from that part of the world. But Columbus, Ohio, yeah, um, that's just my take on that.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. That's
What do you
hey, I
got?
just
You
wanted
got
to take
action this weekend?
You know I'm gonna take action this weekend. I'm taking Fabio. I gotta take Fabio, even though I do feel like I do feel like that what's his name? What's his name? Joseph Parker is like
Parker. Hmm.
yeah, he is like Hooney. He like Justice Hooney on steroids kind of, but I'm still kind of think I'm taking Fabio because I feel like when I was watching the Deontay Wilder fight with Joseph, I was saying to myself like, can Joseph take Fabio punch? I don't know. You got to be able to take the punch, like what they used to say about Wilder. Wilder got to be perfect for 1 second, and Joseph got to be perfect the whole 12. So I'm banking on that, Johnny, and I'm going with
that
Fabio with the knockout.
that is a great point. And you know what? That logic is exactly what burned me with taking Hooney against Wardley. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we saw how that played out. And you know, all I've like when I do my uploads, the stats don't lie videos, the last thing I film is that prediction part. And so like I have everything already sorted. I've done both, but I'm still kind of torn on like which way to go. And I brought the odds up for a reason. And so Fetty says that he if you like Wardley, you got
High
I would take
interest,
him
brother.
high interest. I would take him now though.
Yeah, that's why I took him because of
What
the
is he at
Okay.
right now?
And I said to myself, brother, I said, okay, if I do see Wardley doing this, how do I see him doing it? Knockout is his only way. If he's not gonna knock him out, I don't see him outboxing. I don't see him outboxing Parker. I don't.
Yeah, and the reason why we would say you take Wardley now is because the odds, as we get closer to fight night, people are looking at Wardley at 3-1. 100 gets you your money back plus 300. There's going to be money coming on Wardley from the casuals just because of the odds. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But think about this
Listen,
too, brother. When Parker just fought Bacoli, people were picking Bacoli. They were thinking Bacoli was gonna come do something magical in 2 days. Jumped
I know.
fresh off the couch, jumped on the
I know.
fucking plane, and went to
I
go.
know.
They thought he was gonna pull that shit off, Johnny. They
I
didn't think
know.
that shit for a reason. And remember, he was talking shit about Parker in the gym and shit. Remember?
Bacoli had all the shine. It was Bacoli. Like, that's a whole separate conversation, boys, is the fact that the business decision on Bacoli's side, or that was a horrible business decision to kind of take that fight on short notice. He gets stopped, and then he just drops in the pecking order. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Just to save the card. Did it ever come out what Turkey paid him? I didn't really look into it.
No, I
no, I
didn't
didn't
really
get
never
any
see it
feedback on
either.
that.
Honestly, I don't ever really see what Turkey pay nobody. Everybody, Turkey relationships be kind of like, it be hiding this shit with the fighters, bro. Like it just be Turkey to fighter, and a lot of people don't really know the real truth on what Turkey and these fighters relationships be, unless you talking to the fighters.
Boxing fan, how do you see this one going?
Shit, at a plus 300 round robin, no
Oh,
brainer.
that's boxing fan. Boxing fan, what's up, brother? I can't see his
My
tag on
man.
there.
Oh, you got.
Did I put it in there?
Oh no, you know what? I think I have to add it. I'll do that moving forward. Edit name.
Yeah. No big deal. Well, you know who it is. What's cracking, man?
Yeah.
No, at a plus 300 on a round robin all day of the week. He could win or lose. I won't lose any sleep on it because, again, I got plenty of other legs to work with.
High interest. Do you know anything about this round robin betting style?
I'm not. I tried to learn about it, Johnny, but it's kind of hard to understand, man. I really don't know a lot about it.
Me
What
too,
app are you
dude.
using?
I'm using DraftKings.
Boom.
Oh,
DraftKings got it. So when you pick a minimum of three fighters, listen, you can mix the boxing with football, hockey. You could interchange all the sports. It's not just boxing you have to stick on. So you could run a maximum 20 leg parlay. You
and
could put boxing,
And on
but they don't. Oh,
football,
DraftKings, right? Like, let's say if I wanted to do a 20 leg parlay with the round robin. Okay, I
no
guess they
problem.
go into you put the money on the round robin, and then they go into a bunch of other smaller bets, Johnny. That's amongst the thing. So they just put a lot of other bets in for you. So I guess you can like accumulate it just in case your bet don't hit your actual bet. But I don't know. Like I don't. I when I did it, it just I don't know. I think I fucking pressed the wrong button. Fucking put the money on there, brother, and the shit
yeah.
just didn't add back up. It didn't. I was better doing a round robin myself, like putting money on each line. I was better
I
just
want to
doing it
ask you.
like
I
that.
want to ask you guys something. So my knowledge from like the strategic betting is super. Like I'm not. So I'm learning about this, right? So I put a $10 bet on the NFL yesterday, and the betting app basically, I want to show it to you. I'll bring it up on the screen. It was basically for touchdown scores, and so it was like I think Jackson Smith and Jigba to score, but it was like in Jigba versus Nick Chubb, in Jigba versus another guy, and Jigba versus another guy, and if Njigba scored once, all the other ones came through. Have you ever? Do you know what this is? Have you ever bet like this?
I've never seen that. Anytime I do the touchdowns, it gets smoked.
That's
Nope.
when I bet on. I'll bring it up right now. When
Sticky.
I bet on football, I always win on just the touchdown scores.
Yeah.
So here
My
we go.
man.
Here we go. My bets result. I got dusted on this. It was like I was experimenting. But look, you see all the green ticks that came through.
Yeah.
Now look how that was. So it was. So Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet. Charbonnet scored. The only one that didn't hit was Kenneth. I needed Kenneth Walker to score. In the last drive, they handed Charbonnet the ball, or they were on the goal line. But you see, so Charbonnet scores, Jackson Smith and Jigba scores, and then like look at this. Because Charbonnet scored, Cooper Cup scored. because Charbonnet scored, Nico Collins scored. So this was an experiment that my app kind of just chose for me.
Yeah.
What do you guys know? Have you
What
ever heard of this?
So it paid you
what do they
out? Did
do?
it pay you out, brother?
Hell no, it didn't pay me out.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
shit. That ain't shit
Yeah,
then.
yeah. That's
I know.
useless.
No, it's you. So what I'm saying though is, what? Who is gambling like this? Was my point. Like, what the hell? This seems This seems.
Well,
This seems crazy.
I was thinking that when I seen those 18 leg parlays in the Discord, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
We hit some. Them
It's
joints come through though.
They be coming through. I
and
watched Johnny hit those joints.
when you do that on a round robin, again, you bet you just have so much more of a fun time. And again, bet for
Yeah.
entertainment. If you make money, you make money. Great. It's just
See,
icing on the cake. But the
that's a good.
round robin, when you're going crazy,
Yeah.
trust me, you can bet aimlessly and not worry about it. However,
See.
here's one of the things that so like when you have a round robin, right? And it starts to multiply depending on how many combinations you play. So let's say you played a three leg and you wanted to play all combinations, including the whole one that you hit, and you put $1 on each. That would be a $4 bet. So the numbers increase, but so do the multipliers. So hence why I only put change on it. But my change does bring in good dollars when you're accurate.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. So high
So,
interest in boxing fan. Are you guys taking action on this Puerto Rican card?
What this weekend?
This is going to be Thursday night in America.
I don't think I've seen any action on DraftKings for it. How about yourself?
High interest. Do you guys got Pagan versus Montgomery?
I'm taking, Thursday night is my football, Johnny, but I didn't know about the boxing. I never really see the Thursday night boxing. Who
Oh
is
yeah,
these
it's a
these
I don't
fighters?
think DraftKings got those options. I didn't see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of those Salida Promotions card that's in Puerto Rico. This is one of these vacant NABF WBO belts, 135. This is they're getting it's getting action. It's damn. Were you guys watching boxing as kids? Do you remember Thursday night boxing, ESPN,
Yeah. Oh
Friday
yeah.
night? Man,
Oh yeah.
this isn't that, but it's kind of nostalgic with that.
Mm.
And then I'm gonna stay on for a couple more minutes. We'll take a few more questions. You guys can answer. You guys are able to see these questions, right?
Okay,
Negative.
yeah, I can see it when you pop it up here. Overcomplicating is either a score or a touchdown. Most would pick the people feel free. Yeah, and now look, this was what I picked Sunday. I picked Scatterboo for a touchdown, Scatterboo for 50 rush yards, and I picked Amin Ra for a touchdown and Amin Ra for 40 and got it.
And you put
Woo!
all that goes in
Congrats.
the Discord.
Huh, brother?
Do you put that up in the Discord?
No, I didn't put that play in the Discord because I'm gonna tell you, I put my last play football plays in the Discord, and let me tell you what I did. I did what you did, Johnny. I put the play in, but they don't know when I put a play in one way, I put the play in another way just in case it don't hit. So I put it in another way, and I thought that they hit, but I realized like, oh damn, the play that I hit was different from I changed it a little. I took receptions off of it and did some shit and put it in another way. And my play hit and they play didn't. And I'm like, oh shit. And then
Catch
hey,
me,
I started to tell him, brother, but I'm like, oh
catch,
shit, I don't want to piss
catch.
these motherfuckers off. I just my first fucking bet.
You
I dropped
switched
in
it.
here.
You switched it up on them, dude.
I
Them,
switched it
them,
up, brother. I didn't
yeah,
mean to do it and not tell him. I kind of
yeah.
forgot that I switched it. So when I seen it winning, I was in the Discord talking. I'm like, oh yeah, we about to win, y'all. I see it about to win. I win.
This is yeah. Do you
I
got
won the
so?
shit, and I noticed like, oh shit, they shit a little different in the Discord. Fuck.
Boxing fan, do you ever go in the NFL Discord?
No.
Okay, it's new. I might as well ask you guys here. So the conversation that's been going on in the Discord is about launching a film study channel. Have you guys heard? Did you guys read about this?
Well, I
Um,
caught that. I caught your message in the Discord, but don't you already do that? That goes into the second level of the membership.
See, this is what I wanted to ask you guys because one of my favorite things about the Discord is that I don't have to be actively running it. It's an
yeah.
ongoing conversation.
Yeah, we
So
party in there 24 hours
I
a
think
day.
I think the film
yeah.
study is amazing, Johnny. Amazing. Because guess
Oh,
what? If you would have did film study, if that film study, I'm gonna tell you, You told me you took Canelo over Crawford, and that like
Uh
broke my heart, Johnny. Because I'm
me
like,
too.
Johnny,
Me
I
too.
picked Crawford to whoop that man ass, but I knew
Me
Crawford
too.
would. This is why I picked him, brother. I picked him because let me tell you, I watched one of those type of videos you're talking about like a couple years ago. I wasn't really up on that type of shit. I watched the video. It was Crawford and Sean Porter fight, and they broke it down. Bro, it was 5 or 6 rounds. Fucking Crawford, Sean Porter didn't land one punch. Johnny, go watch this fight. Slow it
I,
down. The way that
the
Crawford manipulated the guard, the just
dude.
framing, probing,
Yep.
catching punches, he didn't hit him clean for 5 rounds, brother.
Bro. So
He didn't
look,
hit him clean for 5 rounds. I'm like, shit,
that
this dude Crawford different, bro.
that call will haunt me until I go to my grave. A, because Crawford's one of my favorite fighters,
And
and B,
Crawford plus money, Johnny. Oh
I
my
can't
God, Crawford
I
plus
can't
money,
believe it.
Johnny.
I told you guys could bring it up whenever you want, but you
No,
know
no,
what
I ain't want to do you like that, but I
you
did. And let me tell you another bet that I chose that I ain't. I was trying to tell you. I was trying to tell you in the comment section, but you were telling me like, but it never happened. Keyshawn and fucking Keyshawn and De Los Santos. I got De Los Santos knocking Keyshawn the fuck out, Johnny.
that's
Facts.
crazy. That's
Facts.
crazy. It never we
Facts.
can't so
Hands
we
down facts, brother.
because that didn't happen. I want to so here's where I got guilty with Crawford versus Canelo, and this was 100% my reasoning with going Canelo is that my allegiance to the ethics of the sport of boxing since I was 7 was always, hey, Johnny is a 7-year-old. These are the weight classes. This is what happens. This guy is good. So in my head, the analytics of the craft was like, there is no way. There's just no way I can't be unless I was getting lied to the entire time about Canelo's career. There's no way that Crawford is going to be able to make up for the 21 pounds.
You got
It's just
lied to because
I
Canelo has not fought a true
I
168
see,
pounder yet.
and I and I
He ain't fought
and
one
this
yet. Ain't fought
and,
Benavidez.
and this is
Didn't
what
fight.
this
I'm
is what
sorry,
happened.
brother.
And he fought beautifully. He fought like a master. It was like a master. Did you guys ever see the fight with Max Holloway? It was. I know we're kind of going back. It was a UFC fight though, but I'll connect it. Max Holloway fought Brian Ortega, T City. And Ortega's a known, the quick of it is Ortega's known T City triangle, meaning a submission move. And he tried boxing with Holloway, who's a known boxer. And Holloway's just beating that ass every second of every round. And by the fourth round, it's insane. I could bring footage. They're in the pocket, and Holloway is tagging him and taking Ortega's right hand, his guard, and lifting it for him, saying, "No, lift it here." He's boom. And so in the firefight, in a main event of the UFC, you have Holloway putting belt to ass so much that he is helping his opponent technically while he's hitting him. And when I was watching Crawford from the 6th round onward, specifically, I think in the 9th, because I think I gave Canelo the 8th, but in the 9th, when Crawford lowered in his stance and he was staying right there and he was framing, I love that backhand jab to the body. Like it
Johnny.
was that's what it reminded me of. I was like, Crawford is teaching Canelo, this guy that is supposed to be King Canelo. I got honey dick, boys. I got
Yeah,
Johnny, I seen
I got
Crawford
smoked on Canelo. I got smoked on
dip and
Canelo
catch a
too.
punch like this. He
But I
got
can't.
real low and caught the punch. It came back up and punched that motherfucker. I'm like, oh, this is my Crawford.
beautiful.
Dangerous.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I didn't take your advice, Johnny. I took
Good.
Canelo because I'm 100% accountable for anything that I do. I don't listen to anybody for anything. I pick what I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
pick.
It's a
That's simple.
guide.
And again,
It's
I
a
do it for
guide.
fun.
Yeah, you do it
This
for
betting. It's all for fun. Nothing more. If I make money, I make money. And it's actually funny. I just started betting 3 months ago, right before I joined your Discord. That's how I found you. So initially
that's crazy.
the Schofield fight, because my son grew up boxing and I've been following it for about 10 years now. And one day I was watching that fight, the Schofield fight. I called every single fight spot on, including Schofield knocking him out the first round.
Wow.
Wow.
After that, he's like, Dad, you got to start betting. Come on, please. So then I
Wow.
started doing it. When I started looking on YouTube, your face kept popping up on my TV. I'm like, who the hell is that football player that's on this thing betting? I'm like, all I can see is your face.
That's
And
insane.
so then I seen like the odds, the numbers started following you. watching. You didn't even have a membership yet. Like no one could come in.
No,
You weren't
you helped
monetized,
me.
I believe the word is.
You, no, it was monetized. I didn't know, guys. You boys asked me to do the Discord. I didn't know. I didn't even know about Discord as an app. You guys, like, I'm 43, man. I'm an old head, and I'm proud of it. But at one time, bro, I wasn't even giving you my predictions. I was doing stats don't lie, film study stuff. But at the end, I felt like I was shading a fighter if I would say one would lose and one would win. And then over time in the comments, you guys were like, bro, what's your prediction? Bro, what's your prediction? And to your point about Farmer, another thing, I put my Farmer prediction and my Canelo prediction in the same category of me favoring the old head. Well, even it's hard to explain. I was like, surely Farmer Tev is going to be able to navigate these waters of Floyd. And it's hard to sometimes remove emotions from the pick because Auntie Sco blocked me like 6 months ago. Dude,
Auntie.
Greg Hackett. Greg
No,
Hackett got me blocked.
I'm
Wow.
very big on Schofield right from
Greg
day
Hackett had
one.
you
As soon
blocked?
as I laid eyes on him,
Yeah, yeah.
as
He's
soon as I
he.
laid eyes on Schofield, I
Was
knew he would be great. He's got an interesting dynamic. So the way he's built is very interesting. So just his physique, his frame, the length of his arms. I think you know that, Johnny. The way things are built, they just hit different. And
he,
Schofield has a very unique build, strength and conditioning. I think he's going to be elite without a doubt.
He's athletic. Guys, I got to wrap this up. I'm going to go live one more time today. I'm going to upload Parker versus Wardley. And high interest, man. Thank you for popping in. You're welcome.